maybe have been just a line. I'm on a very strong line. I hope you're also connected to the internet directly. Are you?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Okay, then it should be
Well,
on.
welcome, Hans, and thank you for joining me this evening. It's 9 o'clock here in Sweden. It's Sweden's National Day today. So, and I guess it's afternoon in New York. Is it so?
That's true. Wonderful
Yeah.
afternoon in New York.
Yeah. I would like you to tell me or us a little about yourself, what you do, and so on. I have
Well,
listened. I have listened a lot to your videos. I would like to say that.
thank you. Yeah, I'm living in America now. I am a children book illustrator and writer, and I've done lots of books, over 200 meanwhile, and this is what I'm continuously doing. But I started some 8 years ago to do short videos with a spiritual subject where I try to explain the spiritual laws in a visual way. I'm using my so-called talent as an illustrator and illustrate in a very simple way that you visually see how the law of karma works, how reincarnation works, how the law of attraction works. It's very different to see it than if you just merely hear about it and somebody explains it to you. And these very simple videos I try to keep very short because the attention span of most of us is very short. And I try to keep them also for young people mostly, because I remember when I was young, a long time ago, in the last century, there was no internet, and it was very difficult to find any information, spiritual information. So I'm gearing this one with my YouTube videos, particularly to young people, short attention span, who are desperately looking for the truth as I see it. And I'm merely offering it. I try not to convince anybody. I just offer it. And if it works for you, it's great. And if it doesn't work for you, that's absolutely fine with me too. That's in a nutshell why I do these videos. They are a hobby. You have nothing to join. I do not make money of it. There is no advertisement in it. I do not ask for donations. I merely share this material. And as I said, if it appeals to you, it's great. And if not, that's also fine.
I'm very thankful for that. But how did you get into it? Like, was it an interest, or how did it begin? Like,
Well, I think for the last 60 years, I've been interested in the spiritual path. I didn't believe that the organized churches, I was Lutheran, my family in a way, although not really serious, that they didn't have the answers, where we came from, why we're here, and so on. So I had to search them myself, and I slowly found them over times with Edgar Cayce first, and then many other paths over the years. And I tried to apply what I learned as much as I was able. I failed a lot, but the more I did, the more it worked better. And over the last 30 years or so, I'm particularly fond of one particular path, which comes through somebody in Germany, Gabriele, which very clearly defines the material. What I found out in the past when I studied other paths, they were often very convoluted, very difficult. Edgar Cayce, for instance, is a typical example, and so is Rudolf Steiner. They are very difficult to read. You have to read each sentence 3 times before you get it. But today's material is very clear, very straightforward, and I understand that God is ingenious simplicity. And the simple straightforwardness appealed to me, and the lessons suggested also helped me to move further ahead on my spiritual path. So that is my personal interest, which I shared. I wasn't going to do this, but some circumstances in my family, like my father, after he was dead, came through a medium and told me to do this. And I took him up on the suggestion, and here we are.
yeah. Well, these videos I'm doing, a medium, a Jonathan came, a guide to Elaine Thorpe. He told me to do these videos. So that's why I have begun with these. And I was looking and I thought, Hans Wilhelm, I would like to have some questions with. It's just my language. It would be easier in Swedish, but we all have to
It will be
cope.
difficult because my Swedish is zero.
Yeah, yeah.
You're doing
But
very well.
and German and Sweden, the language it's quite close, but isn't it?
I don't think so, but
No,
but
even
not
no.
enough for this interview.
No, not here. I was thinking, I shared a video with you recently, and it was about aliens. You remember that one? You said you weren't going to do that video, but you did it.
Yes,
Yes.
I did it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And I know some people, they believe in this, but they don't want to speak about it.
It's true. It's a very big topic, and I also speak very limited about it. I am not a ufologist, somebody who
No,
knows all the different types of aliens which are out there, the good ones, the bad ones. I'm not interested in it. I only
no.
say, I think I made this video largely for us to understand that these things are not just fictitious ideas. They are visual, they are true, and we should consider them as our brothers and sisters. And when we are ready, then we may be able to connect with them better. But unfortunately, we ourselves, as a society here on Earth, are still in such darkness and such awful kind of killing spread and egoistic way of behavior that it's very difficult for higher evolved spiritual societies to approach us and to actually deal with us. And that was the idea of this video. But that doesn't mean that I have covered everything which is about alien. And I don't want to go much deeper into alien either, because this is something which interests mostly our intellect. It just gets us very excited. I'm more the person who says, let's deal with what is here in front of me, with my issue today. Am I feeling? What am I doing right now? What I'm supposed to do? How about my thoughts and so on. So I rather deal with myself, not in the egoistic way, but of self-discovery, so that I can see what it is that I can clear up right now, right here.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to I don't know if it is that you are to lose it, but your ego. It's like difficult at times, I think,
Yeah,
because you always get in some traps with
sure.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
So
ego is.
I'm sorry,
Go
you
ahead.
teach things, but do you live after it?
Say that again. I'm sorry, Ingrid.
You do these videos and you know a lot of things, and I learn a lot of it, but do you live after it, or you just
That
go on with that?
That's the idea, Ingrid. I do these videos mostly for myself. Firstly,
Yeah.
I have to see whether I fully understand the message given to us by the spiritual world and apply it myself. And by drawing it out, I see whether it all fits together and it does make sense. And then I try as well as I can to live by it. And I'm a student. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a guru. I'm not somebody who's got anything better to share than anything else. I merely illustrate that what has been given to us to make it clear to myself and for clarification for others. So yes, of course, my goal is also to intensely work on it, and it's a daily challenge to continuously stay on the path. There's always the ego which wants to keep us away from it.
Mm. And how did you get to America, really? Was it how did you land there? Like
Well, grew up in Germany. When I was 19, I think I left Germany. I went to Africa and lived there for 12 years. And after that, I traveled around the world for 2 years. And then I started here in America and made a new career. I was in business before, and here I started to write and illustrate children's books. And that's a long, long time ago, and that I have been doing until now. So I'm very happy in America. The Americans as such, not the government, but the Americans are wonderful people.
yeah,
And it is,
yeah,
and I'm very happy to be here.
yeah. Do you give lectures? I've been listening. You go out and speak about this as well?
My lectures in the past have been mostly about writing and illustrating for authors and or students or children. I have not done lectures on this subject much. I've done few classes at the university here, at the college, but I have not done it. I might do this eventually again to open it up via the internet. But for the time being, I have held back. The reason is very simple. I don't want to be a guru or anybody like this. I don't want to come across as somebody who knows better and somebody others can lean on. My idea is to illustrate the laws, and if you're interested in it, please go to any of the books that I always recommend in my videos. In these books, you find all the information you will need for yourself. I'm not the one to lean onto. I'm merely trying to show the path to this incredible material, which is available for everyone and in so many languages now, including Swedish.
I know I've done a little book just as I use when I go out to people as a medium, but
Yeah.
I have mentioned you in that because I went through a dark time in life. You know, you can do that at times. And then you had a video about entities. I didn't understand them, and I got some help of you there.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, also my video on suicide and so on. You see the comments. People found them very, very helpful because they come. It's our guardian. I believe strongly that our
Yeah.
guardian spirit leads us to these videos. That's why I don't advertise these videos and do any promotion with it, because a person, when they are ready, will come to it. There's a nice little story, and a lady in England sent me this interesting email just a few months ago, and I put it up on my website. She was very close to her father. And when her father died, she should have continued this closeness. She didn't see herself as a medium, but she could always speak with him and communicate with him. And she was very, very sad that he left and so on. And after a year or so, her father, in with these half-trance situations, told her, go to the computer and punch in the following name. And she did it, and he told her Hans Wilhelm, punch in. And she thought it was an opera star because her father always liked to listen to opera on the internet. So she was convinced there was some opera. She had never heard of me, and she thought she
No.
was going to hear some opera. And there was the first video which came up. It was about mourning and grieving. And in this video, I say how important it is for us to let go of the person who left us and don't cling on to the person too long, because they have their own thing to do. So the message this father was giving her was very clearly. So they come to you and they guide us to whatever we need to hear.
Well, I think a lot of people have you have a lot of messages to share and so on, and it's not just to feed your ego. I think they're really helpful, and you do such good with the drawings, and it's so easy to understand instead of reading difficult books and you don't understand anything. So I
Yes,
would highly recommend your videos.
thank you, Ingrid. Yeah, but this material does not come from me. I like to clear very clearly, nothing comes from me. I merely illustrate the text which I found in the books which I read. That is all I'm doing. Make it visible. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm a more technician. I'm not a channel.
No. I'm not thinking keeping this very long. I just want people to here in Sweden. Of course, a lot of people know you because you have a lot of followers I've seen on your
Yes,
videos. But
yes.
I would like, I've talked about you to some friends and they say, who is he? And then I share a video. So before we close this short interview, is there anything you would like to share that about yourself?
Oh, I'm not important, Ingrid, but what I would like to share, what I have found out in this path so far, it really crystallizes what I feel is really to love, nothing else. It's love. It sounds very cliche to love, but that is the answer, to learn to love. And if we don't feel up to it, maybe we need a little uplift, we need energy. Go and watch my video on love. Watch my video, How to Love. I love everything, or How to Love It All, I think it's called. It's a very interesting video. And the other video I also recommend is on gratefulness. When we are getting into the step of gratefulness, we totally feel different and we can handle everything much, much better. And then, of course, the last one, most importantly, is on forgiveness, that we forgive everyone, including ourselves, to loosen all the ties which we have created in this and in past lifetimes. So these three things, to love it all, to use the gratefulness, and also to forgive everyone and everything, and also ask for forgiveness if needed. If we follow these three things, we are already on the right path, automatic, without any books.
Yes. And I think the last one is very important, forgiveness,
Yes, I'm
because it
sure.
keeps us stuck and things.
Yeah, I'm sure you have that in as a medium, that a lot of unforgiven stuff needs to be dealt with, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you forgive, you won't be forgiven of the other person, but as long as you try yourself is important.
Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
other person will also forgive when they are ready for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we have to do be the first one, and we have to ask for forgiveness, which our ego doesn't always like to do. But we have to
No.
clear it. That's the reason why we are here, to just undo all our mess which we have done in the past.
Yeah. Well, I must get some books from your children books.
Yes, I did a lot
Yeah.
in Swedish, but not recently, I think, but a lot of in Sweden, yeah.
No,
With not
they're in
not
English, I guess.
in English, yeah. But I have a
Yeah.
lot in Sweden, yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Well, it's not long interview, but I'm very grateful for it, and I hope maybe I see you some other time. But the most important thing is that I would like people to hear about you.
I really, really appreciate your sentiment and your idea and sharing my videos with your friends. Thank you so much, Ingrid. Delight and much love from here to you.
And take care and have a lovely summer.
And you have a lovely life. Thank you, Ingrid.
Yeah. Bye-bye.